Hi everyone, and welcome to this session on Zoom integration with Salesforce. Whether you are a developer, a Salesforce admin learning integrations, or someone exploring how these systems talk to each other, this session is for you. We will be walk through the why and how and working example of connecting Salesforce and Zoom to automate meeting creations, which means no more switching tabs and or copying the links of Zoom meetings. So before we jump in, here is a quick look at what we will be covering in this session. So first we'll talk about why integrating Zoom with Salesforce is important, not just from a technical standpoint, but how it.
Guys, my voice is audible to you, right? Please use chat window to respond. Okay. And the screen is also visible, right? Okay.
Value to our team and users. Then we will walk through a step-by-step setup both for Zoom and Salesforce and make this integration work smoothly. After that, I'll give you a live demo and how to create Zoom meeting directly from Salesforce, and we will also look at some real world use cases across teams like sales team, support team, and training perspectives. And finally, we will wrap up with question answer sessions if time allows. And so, yeah, let's get started then. So quickly, first, as I mentioned that we will be trying to cover the live demo. So I'll go through the demo walkthroughs and all through the slides a bit with pace so that we can give proper time to our demo. Yeah, so as mentioned that we will be covering why integration is important of Zoom and Salesforce. So let's try to understand this with a big picture. Right now, if someone wants to schedule a Zoom meeting related to a Salesforce lead or opportunity, they probably go to Zoom, create a meeting manually, copy the link back into the Salesforce. It's time consuming, error prone, and doesn't scale well. Our goal should be that from Salesforce only, we should be able to create Zoom meeting, store that link maybe if possible, send, we can also send the email. So today in demo, we will covering the part that creating meeting from Salesforce. Yeah, so like benefits include, streamlining communications. First one is streamlining communication. User can schedule Zoom meetings directly within Salesforce without toggling between platforms. And so, keeping everything at one place is very streamlined and very convenient for user and teams to manage and schedule meetings. Second, it improves the customer experience or peer team members' experience by enabling Zoom meetings and recordings into Salesforce. Team can deliver faster, more personalized interactions, whether it's sales, onboarding, or support. The next one is enhanced team productivity. Of course, when we automate things that we expect better productivity, so this integration reduces context switching, which is one of the biggest productivity killer we can say. Teams get unified platform for data, meeting, and communication, making their workflow smoother and helping them to make better decision making. And lastly, it supports the data driven decisions as mentioned. You can use Zoom analytics as well. So yeah, it is all in your CRM. All the data is in your CRM. So it will help you to make decision based on better data availability. Together, these benefits make the integration valuable tool for team looking for scale smarter, and communicate more efficiently. Yeah. So if we go through, this demo walkthrough, so what exactly we have done is that for better understanding, I have divided this integration into these three parts. So what this first part is like, we have main three key parts. First part is where we create a Zoom OAuth app. This is done in Zoom Marketplace and gives us credentials. We need to authorize secure communication between Salesforce and Zoom. Okay. Second part is connecting Salesforce to Zoom. We do this using Salesforce auth provider and named credential feature, which allows us to make secure API calls without hard coding secret keys and credentials. The third part is where we write a Apex logic that actually automate the Zoom meeting creation. We will send a post request to Zoom's API, create meeting and store the response back to Salesforce. By the end of this walkthrough, you'll see how meetings are being created through the Apex class only. Like, we don't need to go to Zoom to create the meeting. So by the end of the demo, you will understand how we can create Zoom meeting through Apex class. This integration is this demo part is covering the first and very basic function of creating Zoom meeting. Enhancement can be covered later on, like saving it into a data Salesforce database, Salesforce object, or that can be done later. But by the end of this demo, we will be understanding how meetings are created in Zoom through Salesforce. Okay, so first thing is that we need to set Zoom OAuth application. To enable communication between Salesforce and Zoom, we need to register an app into the Zoom's marketplace developer portal as well. So that involves choosing the right application type, which is general OAuth application. After that, we will have to assign the scopes which define what our application is allowed to do. For this integration, we will typically need like meeting creation, meeting read, write, and user read kind of scope. Once the application is created, Zoom provide the credentials like client ID and secret key, and this credential we will be using in Salesforce to establish secure connection. Also, we will need a redirect URL for this application, and that we will be getting from auth provider from Salesforce. So this step is about establishing a secure connection between Salesforce and Zoom. So we will start by creating auth provider in Salesforce using the OpenID Connect protocol. Lets Salesforce to authenticate with Zoom on your behalf, and you'll enter three key pieces of information here: Zoom authorization URL, token URL, and client ID and secret you get from your Zoom application in step one, as mentioned. Once you save this, and Salesforce will generate a callback URL. This is important. You will go back to your Zoom application settings and you will paste this callback URL into redirect URL field. So after that, we will need to create a named credentials, and name credential in Salesforce is like to make secure a call out to Zoom's API. So base API URL is api.zoom.us/v2. By connecting everything through name credentials, we don't need to handle tokens manually in code, or we don't need to hard code any client key, secret key, or any important credential. So that Salesforce handles the authentication securely for us. So this is basic quick overview of Apex logic we will use to create Zoom meeting from Salesforce. So main idea over here is to send a post request from Salesforce to Zoom API using built-in class like HTTP request and HTTP. The endpoint we are targeting is API HTTP colon slash slash API dot zoom dot us slash v2 users and then user ID is variable and meetings. Okay, so here we can use me once we are done with the name credential and auth provider step. That will be better explained in demo coming next. This creates, as you know, that this creates a meetings for specific Zoom user. You will typically pass me as explained now. Yeah, so in this request body, we include meeting details in JSON format. For example, agenda, a short description of meeting start time, meeting schedule time. Type is like something that Zoom is expecting, one for instant meetings and two for scheduled one, and settings kind of things we can send. It's not compulsory, but yeah, if we want, this option is there. All of this is handled within Apex class and call is secured through the name credentials we created earlier. This avoids manual handling of tokens and make the integration much clearer and safer. Yeah, so now I think after giving a quick go through of this demo explanation and steps for integration, we can start our demo. Sorg, okay. I have created this Salesforce for this particular demo purpose. This is marketplace Zoom okay. Let's start with the demo. So this is my Salesforce org. Okay. I have created this Salesforce org for this particular demo purpose. This is marketplace Zoom web page, and to start demo, we want an account with marketplace.zoom.us. Okay, I agree. I have already created account sales SF Zoom integration. Okay. To save our time, I have already created. Next, you have to click on develop and build app. Here we have to select general application. Oh, okay. So this will be, we will be building an application which will be using OAuth 2.0 to access the authorized user to create meetings. Next. Here we have to select admin managed because we have to create meetings. So admin managed will be like, giving admin level of permissions to the scope we are going to select, which is creating Zoom meeting. So here we will need admin managed to be selected. As we select next, we get this client ID and client secret key. We should be keeping it here as it is. And this OAuth information, which is OAuth redirect URL and allow list, we will be doing it when we, configure our Salesforce org. For now, we will be clicking continue. Again, next comes access. Here also, we just don't need to do anything and click continue simply. In Surface, we have to select meeting as our integration required to create meetings in Zoom from Salesforce. Embedded section, we have to enable SDK for meetings. Yeah, and then click continue. Click continue from connect. Now here we have to understand what the scopes are. So the scope is we will be adding particular permissions or scope of integration to perform. So what our integration require is to create meetings. So let's go to meeting. Okay. And here we need to select particular ones which are required to create meeting. Okay, here we have this document which says we need to create meeting through the post. Okay, and here I will be selecting this create meeting permissions and continue. So here error message is coming that following fields are required to preview, add and share your app. Okay, so our app is yet not created. These two fields OAuth redirect URL and allow list from basic information here is pending. Okay, okay, so we have to provide this too. So from where we will get it from our Salesforce org. Okay, through this client ID and secret ID setting up. Let's go to Salesforce org setup. Auth providers, new. We will have to select OpenID Connect here because we don't have particular one for the Zoom. So let's set name Zoom integration. Now this consumer key, I will be selecting it from this. This is client ID, copied from here and edit here. Next, secret key, copy the client secret, add here. Now this authorized endpoint URL and token endpoint URL. This is common for any org. This is like Zoom's standard ones. So add this authorized URL here. This token URL here. Okay. Okay. So next endpoint URL we have done it. We will be save this screen. On clicking save, we can see that we are getting this kind of detail over here. Okay. So we will need to copy this callback URL from Salesforce and provide it in our basic information which were required OAuth redirect URL. What happened? Okay. On clicking it, pasting it in this OAuth redirect URL, it will automatically taken in OAuth allow lists. Okay. Continue, continue, continue. Keep on continue till we reach to the last step. Okay, ready for local test. Okay, our app is created. General app 612 is the name of this admin managed app we have created in Zoom. Okay, now we have created auth provider. Next step comes named credentials. So next step, we will have to create new legacy in named credentials. Zoom integration, it will come automatically. Here we will have to provide this biz URL. Okay. So this. For now, I am removing this version 2 because sometimes it happens that the versioning detail is not authorized. Certificate no. Okay, identity type is we will need to select named principal. So what does this do mean is that if we select per user, then we have to provide the credential and authorized every user. Named principal is like this one. Named credential will authorize all the users of this particular org. Okay. Protocol, we will be selecting OAuth 2.0. Authentication provider, we have just created now. We will be selecting that. Scope, we have already provided in Zoom application. We have created. Next, we will be clicking on save. So what on this click save will do, let's see. Uh-oh. We are unable to complete your request. Please try again. Let's try again. Okay. This name credential is already existing. Um, let's check if we have copy pasted the secret key and client ID proper. Let's do it once again. Copy client ID. Copy client secret key. Callback URL in the marketplace. Continue. Mm. Yeah. So there was some issue with copy pasting client key and consumer secret key. And so while we click save on name credential, this screen will appear, which will take you to the Zoom platform. And this general app 612, which we just created now, is requesting access to from Salesforce, right? So, like this kind of permissions we have on this kind of scope we have added, and we need to say that yes, you general app can access it. Now Salesforce is asking that confirm the external access, that logged in as this URL and complete the authentication by confirming that you want this Salesforce org to interact with an OpenID connect. Okay, so yes, connect. So now with this step, our Salesforce and Zoom platforms integration is established, which means we are now, when we are sending request from this org to Zoom's this account to create meetings, both the platform should be knowing each other and should be allowing to send the request and to receive and process the request. So next step is to go with the Apex class, create a Apex class, and um, yeah. So let's come here with the developer console. I have this class to explain over here. Okay. So I have created this class, Zoom integration class. Okay. And in Zoom integration class, first thing we need to do is that we need to create a create a method to create meetings of Zoom meetings. Okay. And here I explain this sending this parameter on next step. Right now let's start with this. This is the HTTP request we have object we have created. Okay. And set method is post. Why? Because we need to create a Zoom meeting on Zoom platform through the API. Next is set header. It's a content type. We have to set this as application slash JSON, which means that we want data format JSON to send our content to Zoom integration. Okay. Now this is set endpoint. If you remember in this name credential also we have set this base URL. Okay. And the name of this is Zoom integration. So what we will be doing, call out slash Zoom integration. This is our name credential name. V2 I added over here so that it don't conflict with any versioning kind of thing. Users slash me slash meeting. To understand this, let me take you in Zoom documentation. Okay, so this is Zoom documentation, developers documentation for creating a meeting where this is the base URL, okay, to validate and authenticate. But to create meeting, we have to add this. Okay, account ID we already have. We have to create this. Mm, yeah, users slash user ID meetings. Okay, and what here it is mentioned that for user level applications, pass the me value instead of the user ID. So here instead of user ID, we can send this me. Why? Because we have already authenticated the user through named credentials. Okay, and then we make a uh, request. Okay, http new http response object we are creating, and then we are sending this request this request to this http.send uh, as a parameter request object. Okay, but now main thing here comes is JSON body. Now what this body is, body contains the detail of the meeting. Like for creating meeting, we have to tell Zoom that on this particular date and time on this particular this type of meeting I want to create. So these are the meeting object. Okay, so body of the meeting object should contain agenda. Okay, some of them are compulsory, like this is not compulsory. Okay, duration is mentioning that for what duration meeting should be created. This password, uh, this is meeting passcode. By default, it can be up to 10. It's not compulsory again. This pre-scheduled one is like if you want to schedule or if you want to create meeting at this moment only. Recurrence scheduled for setting. Start time is important to provide and compulsory as well. Time zone we can provide, not compulsory, but preferred, recommended to provide. This is important one, the type of meeting, which means for if the value of the type variable of the body of the meeting is sent as one, then it will create instant meeting. If sent as two, then it will schedule a meeting. If it is sent as three, then it will, create a recurring meeting with fixed time on particular time. Eight with recurring meeting with fixed time, sorry, and third three is recurring with meeting with no fixed time, and 10 it's screen share meeting. So this is basically type of meeting which should be provided while we are making any we are making API call from Salesforce, and the default is 2. Okay. So to do that, how can we send it? So to do that, what we should do is we should create a properties in a wrapper class. Okay. So I have created this wrapper class where I have created agenda type, start time, duration, time zone, pre-scheduled and scheduled for. Okay. These properties are created in this wrapper class, and the value of this property is provided in populate wrapper method, where we will be needing to give the details of like what should be the agenda of the meeting, what should be it should be pre-scheduled or not, what should be the type, time zone, time, start time of the meeting, then duration of the meeting, time zone. Okay, so here for say now if I create a demo meeting mm, on Salesforce. Pre-scheduled, we have to keep false. Okay. Uh, type 2 is again saying that this is going to schedule a meeting. Uh, this is the format, year, month, and date. Yeah. So this in this format we have to provide. This is 17, so it's around 5:30. It will be created. Duration should be like duration whatever we can provide in minutes, so 30, and the time zone is Asia Kolkata. So this is values of property I have set to the object of wrapper class. Okay, wrap is the object name of this wrapper class. So I cannot send this object directly to Zoom API. Okay, I have to convert it to the JSON format, for which we have to use JSON.serialize and send this wrap object as a parameter, which will convert this all this values of wrap object into JSON string. Okay, and then what we should do is that we send this JSON string as an input parameter to this function, and set body of JSON JSON body JSON, this string, which JSON.serialize has created in this popular wrapper class method, is set as a set body. Okay. So like again, if I try to explain you this class, this there is mainly two methods. First is create meeting and popular wrapper. What this does is that it will giving the details of the meeting and send a JSON format string to the create meeting function, and then create meeting will create an object of HTTP request and make a call out to Zoom API. And here we will be actually sending the request through this HTTP or response object http.send, and sending this REQ request variable to the request object to send. And in return, what we will be getting in this very object response HTTP response object is we may be getting status code, that if our uh, call was successful or not successful. If we are getting status code as 200, then our call was successful, otherwise it was failed. Okay. So next what we should be doing is, next we will be calling this execute. Okay, I'm getting success over here in system.debug. Now let me go to my Zoom home. As of now here, I don't have any meeting. I should have shown it earlier, but anyway, we will do it one more time. Okay, so this meeting is created. Okay, the time zone is a bit different, 12 p.m. and 12:30 p.m. Okay, okay, so 5:30 is the time when this is scheduled on 6th June. Okay, let me show you. Demo meeting 4, description, topic. Okay, agenda is not displayed over here. Okay, I can send device. So let's try to create one more just to make sure that this meeting is created from the Salesforce execution control. Okay, let us change some value. Instead of 5:30, let us do it 4:30. Fill the class. Mhm. Okay, control B. Execute is successed. Okay, this is SF Zoom integration. Refresh it. And I got two this second email which is created. Sorry, second Zoom meeting which is created. Okay, 4:30 p.m. This is demo meeting from Salesforce, and the timing is 4:30 p.m. on 6th June. Okay, let us create one more. So now let me keep it 7 and Zoom Salesforce from here to over here. Save the class, execute. So this should create Zoom meeting on this particular means next month's um, 6th of the July. Am I getting success? Let's check. Yeah, success. Now let me go back to the meetings. Earlier we had two meetings. Okay, so this is created on 6th July. Two meeting is created. Okay, 4:30. Earlier also this meeting was created. So in total we have three meetings, which all are created through the Salesforce. So now I hope that through this demo, uh, a concept of integrating Zoom with Salesforce is clear with you. Uh, so with this,
So, guys, that wraps up our session on Zoom and Salesforce. Integration of Zoom with Salesforce. And as you can see that through the demo, we have created this Zoom meetings from Salesforce Apex class, and that we can conclude through the this final thoughts that Salesforce and Zoom integration leads to better collaboration. And let's explore it more. If you guys have any question around this, then we can give a couple of minutes for question answer. Otherwise, we can start doing integration. Okay, so I guess we are good with this session here. Thank you for joining in this Salesforce integration webinar part 2. And thanks for giving your valuable time. Have a happy weekend and keep integrating. Thank you.